and merged various Czech agencies into the Right Protector's Office.
Heydrich also created a new department which oversaw the publication of pro-Nazi propaganda. Thus, by early 1942, the Czech Protectorate's president and Heydrich's mouthpiece.
The final step of Heydrich's plan to rule involved Germanization. This meant erasing the Czech national identity and replacing it with a German one.
Heydrich never considered long-term assimilation for the entire Czech populace as a viable option. He firmly believed that it was nearly impossible to, quote, turn Czech garbage into Germans.
So Heydrich accelerated the process. He brought in so-called racial experts who tested the Czech population. Those deemed, quote, racially good or well-intentioned were allowed to stay.
Those marked, quote, racially bad and ill-intentioned were to be deported. Others would be castrated, sent to Germany as forced labor, or executed.
Much like Heinrich Himmler's philosophy of Aryan purity, this system was influenced by pseudoscientific teachings. Heydrich subscribed to the ideas of two German academics who argued that the Czech and Bohemian regions were initially German, but had become tainted with Slavic blood.
For Heydrich, the goal was to take those Czech citizens allowed to stay in their homeland and transform them into Germans. Heydrich believed it was possible for the so-called good Czech to, quote, regain their German blood.
To help this transition, Heydrich used German propaganda. By distributing Nazi newspapers and organizing speeches, Heydrich attempted to rewrite history. He wanted to brainwash Czechs into believing that there was an inextricable connection between Czech and German culture.
At the same time, Heydrich bombarded Czech society with German exhibitions. He made sure they were exposed to the finest German music. He organized festivals featuring the Berlin Philharmonic, where the orchestra played pieces by Mozart and Beethoven.
Under Heydrich, the vibrant, multicultural city of Prague was transformed into a bastion of the German folk. But the man with the iron heart wasn't done yet.
Like other high-ranking Nazi officials, Heydrich juggled many responsibilities within the regime. Despite being stationed in the Protectorate, he oversaw much of the Nazis' persecution against the Jewish population across the Third Reich.
The bulk of that persecution centered around forced resettlement or violently pushing Jews to flee the Reich. But by early 1942, the Nazis believed they needed to intensify their already brutal anti-Jewish policies. The result was a new system of genocide called the Final Solution.
Coming up, the Wannsee Conference changes modern history.
Hi, forecasters. It's Greg and Vanessa from the series Serial Killers. For the past 5 years, we've explored hundreds of history's most notorious murderers, giving listeners an intimate look at their sordid origins and heinous crimes.
If you haven't had a chance to join us before, there's no better time to dive in than right now for our Serial Killers 5th Anniversary Special. It's a 4-part examination into the mythology surrounding 4 fearsome killers.
Edmund Kemper, John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer. Our 5th Anniversary series uncovers the men behind the mayhem, analyzing what turned them into killers and how their lethal behavior made their stories larger than life.
If you listened to the show before, we hope you enjoy. And if you haven't, this is the perfect series for any avid podcast fan. Follow Serial Killers to hear our 4-part 5th Anniversary Special. Listen now, free and only on Spotify. Now back to the story.
Throughout the fall of 1941, SS officer Reinhard Heydrich enacted suppressive measures in the Czech territory.
Is after a field day?
Bohemian
high school, and I was driving down
he
Ironwood,
rounded up resistance fighters and political dissidents, consolidated Nazi political authority,
my
and
senior year
sought to
sometime.
destroy the
It's
Czech
actually how I
culture.
became friends with my friend.
But ethnic
And
Czechs
there was
weren't
this
the
accident on
only
Ironwood
people
right at
Heydrich was
Bola,
charged with
and we pulled
eliminating.
over.
The
Took a full
Nazis'
chase, make
long-term
sure everybody
goal
was
was
okay,
to
and my
remove
friend had done the
Europe's
same,
Jewish
and
population altogether.
we just were there, and they were
For
like
decades,
pulling this
this
person
had
up,
been the
and I think someone
principal
died.
ideological tenet
We
of
have to get that
Hitler's
person back.
Aryan vision.
Heydrich believed it was his destiny to bring that vision to life, and a sudden
What
shift
happened?
in the tide of
It was
the
a really
war
dangerous
granted him
intersection.
that
People would always
very
think about it,
opportunity.
and because you could get to the university really quickly that way,
Hitler's
and
invasion of the
it was like
Soviet Union in June
a
1941
shortcut
was
basically.
supposed to be a
There
swift
still is
victory,
one of those things that
but by
things were done
autumn,
like
the Soviets successfully stalled the German advance, and the Nazis were ill-prepared for the harsh Russian winter.
As the Nazi forces struggled into the colder months, Japan's
Same with the
attack
main
on
circle,
Pearl
it's one of the
Harbor in
original
December
was
brought the United States into the war.
quad. I don't
And
have
since the U.S. was already providing military aid to Britain, Hitler believed it was only a
I
matter
also
of
wanted to
time
note it out.
until American troops
This is
landed
the coolest thing ever.
Hitler,
What?
along with his
Um,
minister of propaganda, Joseph
So my
Goebbels,
friend Yosh
was convinced
was
that
like,
Jews were responsible for President Roosevelt's
so
decision
I
to
had this
enter
card
the
that can
war.
get us on campus. It's made it like
Specifically, he believed
made
the
me cooler than
anti-Semitic
just running. Like
conspiracy
it's
theory
really
that
good.
Jews were
Why?
seeking to use the war as a means of profit.
No matter who you were,
Following these paranoid
even if
beliefs,
you're the biggest
Hitler
athlete on
wanted to
campus who was my
change the
friend,
approach toward Europe's Jews.
even he
In
couldn't
early
just
December,
go in at like
Hitler
2 in the
informed
morning
the
with
Nazi
a
high
car
command
full
that
of
the
people
time
to get in
had
trouble.
come for the mass
So
expulsion
why
of
could you
the
do it?
Jewish people.
Because I had this card from my mom, and
Among the
actually
Nazi brass, the quote,
mom got
final solution to the
from
Jewish
my mom.
question
But she
was
always like, give me the
constantly
card back, give me
evolving.
the card back.
At first,
so then
it
what
did
happened?
not include the systematic murder of Jews. Instead, forced resettlement was the preferred approach.
But those resettlement plans also changed frequently.
So
The Nazis
it was
couldn't
junior
decide
year
on a
time or
place to
something.
put the European
My junior
Jews
year.
they sought to relocate. The
My
initial
friend
destination was Poland, and at one
wanted to.
point,
Oh,
they
did you get
even
a message?
considered the island of Madagascar.
However, wartime logistics prevented these plans from coming to fruition. Waging a war on two fronts left little manpower or infrastructure to handle the massive resettlement plans.
Thus, Heydrich and his SS boss Heinrich Himmler agreed to wait until after the war to resettle the persecuted Jewish people. They believed that conquered Soviet land would be the ideal destination once the Axis powers won the war.
But with the fight now shifting against them thanks to the Soviets and Americans, the regime agreed to revisit a final solution to Hitler's anti-Semitic
Well, I feel
desires.
really bad because
Heydrich believed
I
it
was
was
with
his
like
personal responsibility to carry
he
out
almost lost
Hitler's
his brother's
directive.
monogram tickets because
On
I
January 20th,
was in the
1942,
stadium with
at a lakeside village in
him
Wannsee,
in my fucking
Heydrich
and his big
organized a
pants.
conference
And they were
of
in my
high-ranking officials to
car
formally outline a new plan.
really, yeah, and then what? So I got thrown out
Many
of the
Nazi
game,
officers were aware of Jewish massacres
Like,
during
let's get
previous
into
invasions. However,
No.
these atrocities had largely been
I
carried
would have
out
gotten a no
exclusively
trespassing
by the
and
SS.
I didn't because I
Thus, the purpose of the
my
Wannsee
friend,
Conference was to make mass
they got
murder
a
of
warning
Jewish
on their
people
fucking
into
account
official
yesterday. I got a-
Nazi policy.
But
The
that
Nazis
was
saw
that
this
part.
new
So
development
badly, but
as
anyway,
a
when I was a
long-term
junior,
genocide across the entire
my friend
continent, meaning
had hurt
nearly
his foot
11 million
and wasn't
Jews
able
would
to
be
walk, and
targeted.
it's like the
Heydrich
amount
also
of
proposed the use of forced labor to mask the forthcoming genocide.
ADA stuff, even the school's
First,
pretty good about it,
Jews
very
would be
good about it, it
arrested,
still wasn't like
then deported to work
if you
camps.
park your car,
Those who
it's like,
survived
well, where are
would
you
be
gonna park
forced
this little
further
scooter?
east to
You know, it's like
extermination
parking
centers
outside,
in
it's gonna get
Poland,
destroyed.
like Auschwitz.
So it was a really
Though the
pain in the ass.
meeting minutes didn't contain the words murder or
what?
massacre,
Um,
the coded language insinuated
We
otherwise.
drove
The
to
only reason it wasn't explicitly stated was likely because the Nazis didn't want any written
so
record
it
to
was a Saturday
survive.
morning,
The
allegedly
Wannsee
perhaps
Conference
a
plan
game day.
also ensured that Heydrich's
And my
organization,
friend,
the Reich
so this is what I was
Security
thinking.
Office,
My
would be
friend
in
wanted
charge
to
of the
get
system.
more
Heinrich Himmler may have been Heydrich's superior, but after Wannsee, everyone knew that the real architect behind the regime's genocide was
and he was
Reinhard
married to Fake ID or
Heydrich.
something.
Then, in the spring of 1942, Heydrich saw another opportunity to expand his power. Across Nazi-occupied Western Europe, underground agents were sabotaging German supply lines, bombing factories, and assassinating Nazi personnel.
onto campus to
Though
use his
not
white
all
card,
the
it'd
attacks
be
were
like
successful.
a
There
gate
was an
would go up.
obvious spike
There wouldn't
in
be
resistance
there was somebody
activity,
there.
and
Normally that
Heydrich
would never
turned
happen.
his attention
And as
to
he's driving
Prussia.
up, the person's
However,
like,
at the
can tell
time,
that he's not
neither Himmler's
an employee
SS nor
because he
Heydrich's
doesn't have the
security
hang tag. Although
forces
I made a hang
were
tag
allowed
because
to
it
take
was exactly
control
like
of policing in
yeah.
occupied France.
And my
Instead,
friend Jack
that
would use
job
that
was
thought.
left to the German army and military
It was so good.
intelligence,
He's like,
known as the Abwehr.
Even though Hitler had endorsed Heydrich's death squads in Poland, many military officers despised them. This meant that in Western Europe, German military leaders ignored nearly every directive from Heydrich.
But in the spring of 1942, the surge in the resistance caused Hitler to change course. In his view, the military administration was failing, and he needed someone with a proven track record of rooting out partisans. Reinhard Heydrich was the only man in the regime who fit the bill.
We were in my room, and he went to go get his friend.
At the beginning of May
So they go to the
1942,
guard gate, and the guard gate's like, the guy at the gate is like, you can't use this white card. And my friend's like, okay, I'm sorry. But he really was using it because he couldn't walk. Really? Yeah. And that's why my
This
mom
meant
had given it
taking
to us.
over the
Not
administration
this
of the
particular,
territory,
but
installing
more permanently,
SS and Reich security
because
officers in powerful positions, and unleashing the
he couldn't
Gestapo
walk, and
in
she
the
understood that, and
streets.
she was just
At the same
trying to help him
time,
as much
he
as
told
possible.
local officials of the Wannsee plans
So they
and
took
that
that
there would
card.
be
So what
upcoming
happened?
deportations
My mom,
of French Jews. Roughly
I called my
1,000
mom.
prisoners had already been sent east, and
She had to
Heydrich
get
wanted
it from
to
her
expel
boss.
another 5,000 by
It was
1943.
really, I mean,
In the weeks
I
that
remember when I
followed,
was like,
Heydrich returned to
she told
Prague
her
and
boss
outlined a
that she
full
gave
plan for
her
Hitler's
son
final approval.
that card, and her
Based
son
on
gave it to his
this,
friend
it's been
because his
widely
friend couldn't
speculated
walk.
that Hitler was going to
And
put Heydrich in charge of both
he had
occupied France and Belgium.
like a vacuum
In
system on
doing
his
so,
foot to
Hitler
like
would be
suck out
making the SS officer
excess
head
fluid. It
of a
was a really
civilian
serious
administration,
foot
which
injury.
amounted to
So
a major coup over the military leaders.
and
Heydrich had long considered the protectorate of Bohemia and Moravia nothing more than a step on the ladder to power. And over the last 8 months, he had proven that he was more than capable of greater responsibility.
So when Hitler ordered Heydrich back to Berlin on May 27th and informed him that he wouldn't be returning to Prague for several weeks, Heydrich likely expected a promotion.
Almost 11 years since he was ousted from the Navy in Elk.
Of Prague.
Coming up, Operation Anthropoid puts a dent in Heydrich's grand plans. Now back to the story.
So we were
Between his stranglehold on the protectorate of Bohemia and Moravia and his anti-Jewish policies, 38-year-old Reinhard Heydrich controlled the fates of
It
millions.
was supposed to be a really good day. It was.
His
It still
goal
was a good
was
day.
seeing Hitler's
Whatever.
Aryan vision for
It
Europe
put
come to
a
fruition.
definite.
Heydrich's dedication to Hitler wasn't lost on the
We
Fuhrer.
got back to some.
When resistance attacks against the Nazis
it was really
surged
hard
in
to get on
France in
campus.
the spring of 1942, it
So I
appeared that
made this
Hitler would allow Heydrich to unleash his
hang tag
personal brand
that
of
looked
terror
exactly the
on
same,
Western Europe.
but for
But a group of Czech
at the
assassins
bottom of where I
intended to
cut it,
stop
I didn't have a
Heydrich
paper cutter to make a perfect cut.
permanently.
It was slightly
When
bent
the
up, like
Nazis
a little
took
bit.
control of
But could you be
Czechoslovakia
able
in
to
the
tell
late
this from 30 feet
1930s,
away in
many
a guard
Czech
check with two planes
politicians
of glass
fled.
behind, 2 panes of glass
They refused to
It was
collaborate with the Nazis
to the point
and
where
instead established a government in
my
exile
friend
in the United Kingdom. This was
I
led
used to
by
use
deposed Czech
that hang
President
tag a lot.
Edvard Beneš.
Really, yeah.
Compared with other European
Not a lot, but
countries,
occasionally.
Czech
Now,
resistance to the
what would
Nazis
have been
was minimal
what would
at
have happened if
first.
I got caught with it?
This created a hostile relationship between
It was,
Beneš and the British government, who urged more Czech agitation.
But anyway, he used to use it.
Unfortunately,
Really, yeah.
Beneš had
And I was
trouble
really proud
finding
that he
partisans to fight
he
the
knew it was
occupying
good enough to
Nazis.
be able to get him on
But
campus,
after the
and
Nazi
no one was
invasion of the Soviet Union, Czech resistance
Really, yeah.
within the protectorate suddenly increased. Beneš seized on the
So then what?
momentum and pressured resistance fighters in Prague to keep up
By
the
the end of
pace.
school, when I was a senior,
Unfortunately, this
we
second
just like
wave
knew
of
everything about the
resistance
school, and
led
like,
to
we're all
Heydrich's
great, we want to do
installation as
everything.
protector.
But there was
After
this one
Heydrich took over,
thing
communication between
that
Benish
was
and
like
the
a
resistance in
rumor. It was only
Prague
rumored,
was cut off.
and it was like
Still, Benish
this one day
refused to be
it
deterred.
was like we didn't have the
He
white card or
realized that the
something.
only way
Is
to
that
take
true?
down
No,
the
I think
Nazis
if I didn't,
a spectacular action. Almost immediately, he concluded that assassinating the new Nazi governor
it wasn't
was
that
the
big of a
best
deal
option.
because I was 21 and we could just walk
His
out on the
decision to
floor.
carry out an assassination wasn't taken
Well, we
lightly.
didn't do that often.
Benish
Really?
understood it was easy
No,
for him to
we
order Heydrich's murder.
would,
He
but the
wouldn't
amount, I
pay
mean, I
the
can tell you
immediate
exactly how many beer
consequences.
cans, like
Instead,
a case
he
and a
knew
half
there
of beer
would be
used to fit in these big
reprisals
Adidas
against
bags,
Czech
really big
citizens.
Adidas bags.
But
Really,
taking out one of
so
the
like
most
what,
powerful
45
men in
beers?
Europe
Anyway,
was
that's
too
how I
vital to ignore.
judge
It could
sizes
potentially
of
deal
stuff.
a
How many
massive blow to the
cans
Nazi
of beer can
Benish and a
backpack
handful of
full?
Czech officials secretly planned Heydrich's demise. They dubbed it Operation
How many
Anthropoid.
The details of Operation
sets of
Anthropoid were
cooks in a car
simple
hole?
yet
How many
profoundly dangerous.
cans can a
British
refrigerator
trained
hold?
Czech agents
Anyway,
would parachute behind enemy
so then
lines,
what?
link up with
So we were
local
like,
resistance cells in
this
Prague,
sucks.
and gun down Heydrich.
So this one day, Yoshi's like,
30-year-old Josef Gobchik and
I had this white card.
27-year-old
Well,
Jan
so what happened?
Kubish
So
were
it got taken
chosen
away. My
as the
mom
assassins.
was like, you can't
Both
have
Gobchik
it
and
all the
Kubish
time.
had
But
experienced
occasionally she
fighting
would
the
let me use it
Nazis
whenever
during
I
the initial
wanted to.
takeover of
Oh,
Czechoslovakia
I know
and
what it
later
was.
in France.
It didn't really matter about the
Both
white card
men
anymore because
understood
I would
that
get
they
my
were
mom's
accepting
vehicle.
a
That's what
suicide
it was.
mission.
Really, yeah. Once the
Neither
white card went,
expected to see London
I was
again,
like, whatever.
let
I
alone
could get my
make
mom's
it out
car,
of Prague.
and I used to just fucking park
But
it at the
killing
door.
Reinhard
Really,
Heydrich
I
was
had my own
worth
fucking
it
spot.
if his
And then I
absence
made up.
weakened
I
the
just
Nazi
would
control
back it
over
in
Europe.
right by the basketball hoop, and
So,
just
on
park
the
it there.
morning of
Now what
December
happened? I used to get
29,
yelled at by the director. You need to
1941,
move that car. Really,
Kubish
yeah.
and Gobchik
Or I'm gonna have to tow it.
parachuted
Really,
into the
yeah.
protectorate,
And so
but
would you? Yeah.
immediately
And
ran into trouble.
but I mean, I remember they
Winter
make this
conditions
fucking
caused
the
the
gold
pilots to
spot
miss
where it
the
was. I
drop
always get
zone,
quite
and
right in the
Kubish
fucking
and Gobchik
dorm,
landed 75
right
miles
by
from their target in
right by
Pilsen.
where my room was.
As a result, they
Really,
failed
yeah.
to link up with
Anyway,
their
is that the end
resistance
of your story?
contacts.
To make matters worse, Gobchik misjudged his
I
landing
was like,
and seriously injured his ankle on the frozen ground. He was only able to walk with Kubish's
damn, this
assistance.
sucks. I was like, this
Neither
sucks.
man knew where
Really?
they were, and thanks to the snow, any suspicious Gestapo patrol could easily hunt them down by following their boot tracks.
The mission appeared doomed from the jump.
But by sheer luck,
What was
no
that?
Gestapo unit was
So
anywhere
this is within the
nearby.
same. This is
Instead,
Kansas.
a local miller who had
This
seen
is
them
fucking
parachute
Mike with so much
in
shit.
found them hiding in a quarry. In an even luckier coincidence, the miller had ties to the
So then what?
resistance.
With his help, Gobchik and Kubish boarded a train to Prague and used his contacts to connect them with resistance leaders in the city.
Anyway, I was like,
For the next 5 months, the two
one day
men
it was
stopped
like,
searching for the
we were
perfect
like,
spot to launch their attack. And as they studied the SS
we
commander,
noticed that
they
Justine's car,
noticed something
like, Justin,
strange.
how do you get your car on campus so
wasn't
often? Like,
heavily
she knew
guarded.
I had this swipe card and I
After
had
his
attack
violent and
my
highly
mom's car, so
effective
it wasn't hard,
oppression
but it
over
was
the
like,
protectorate, Heydrich had convinced
well, a lot of
himself
times
that no one would
the guard
dare
gate
attack him.
we can
As
talk
such,
to, like,
he
she's a
traveled
cheerleader, she's
in
a
an
pretty girl, and she could
open-top
go up to the guard
Mercedes
gate, like, can I
with only
please
a chauffeur
drop off
named
something
Klein.
like, and usually if you're like with an athlete or something, I don't say if you're with an athlete, but it'd be like,
Would be on his morning commute
I don't know,
to Prague
you
Castle,
could be like, this person has practice or something like that. They normally wouldn't let cars on, but sometimes.
Where Heydrich's car
Really,
was forced
But
to
then-
slow down.
Then, at the end
Yoshi's
of May, a Czech informant revealed to Gobchik and Kubish that Heydrich was
Like, they
leaving Prague on
started
the
telling her no.
27th, and
And
that
it
he
was
would
like,
not
fuck.
be returning
So then
anytime
what?
soon. This
I
was
think
their
sometimes we
moment
give her
to
the white card,
strike.
and so that they could get stuff. But it was like this white card was just being used like a
On the
town
morning
park.
of May
Everyone's getting a ride.
27th,
And
1942,
it was like, oh my god.
Kubish and a lookout named
Then one day,
Josef Valchik
Yoshi's like,
positioned themselves
we're
near
like,
the hairpin curve. Around 10:30 a.m., Valchik spotted
what was
Heydrich's
this white
car
card? It
and
just allowed you to
signaled
swipe
the
into
others.
a guard gate and not have to see
As
anybody.
expected, Heydrich's
So what?
Mercedes
But
slowed
no
down
other
for
students
the
did
bend.
it. And so
As it did, Gobchik
I
jumped
never
in
knew
front of
another
the
student.
car, pointed
Really?
his submachine gun at Heydrich,
No,
and
because you had
pulled
to
the
be an employee.
trigger.
And usually you can watch it from your
But
parents.
the
Your
gun
parents probably
jammed.
wouldn't give it to you.
Heydrich told the driver to stop, stood
Okay,
up in
so
his
then,
seat, grabbed his
I'm not saying
pistol,
it
and
never
fired
happened,
back at
but no one
Gopchik.
had one permanently.
Just
Right?
moments after
People would
Heydrich
hear
squeezed the
about them, like,
trigger,
oh, you have one of
Kubish
those
lobbed a bomb at
cards?
the
Yeah, because they'd
Mercedes.
see how they
It
work, but they
landed
didn't know
next to the
anything
rear
about it.
passenger
Anyway,
tire
then they
and
make a,
detonated.
I still have one fucking clicker. Really, that's what guys be a big deal when you get a
Shrapnel
clicker
ripped
for those
through
things.
the Mercedes
Really, yeah.
upholstery and shattered the
Anyway,
windows of a
it's just
passing
like a
trolley.
radio
Some
frequency
even
thing.
struck
And when
Kubish in the
employees would
face, nearly blinding him.
like
As
get
Kubish
terminated or
wiped
stuff, they had to turn
debris
in their
and
stuff.
blood from
And if
his
they didn't
eyes,
turn those in,
Heydrich's
the
driver
security would say,
climbed,
we don't
leaped out of the
we
car
don't
with his own pistol
mess
and
with
opened
those
fire.
because they're everywhere.
While dodging the
Really,
bullets, Kubish
So then
grabbed
what?
his bicycle and fled.
Well, my friend and I started learning
Meanwhile,
about
Gopchik
everything having to
abandoned
do
the
with this fucking
submachine
radio
gun and
frequency
pulled out a
system
pistol.
to try to see, like,
After taking cover
we
behind
just
a
started learning about
telegraph
it. It was a
pole,
really simple
he
system. Anyway,
fired several rounds at Heydrich.
was one day
Unfortunately,
he was
none
like,
of the bullets found their
he comes
target,
in
and Heydrich
he's like, hey
continued
guys,
stalking
what's up?
toward Gopchik.
And
But just as Heydrich found
he's like,
himself
I don't
face
know,
to
you guys
face
want to go
with
over
his
to this
assassin,
later?
he
I'm like, sure.
collapsed.
And
Not
he's like, all right,
wasting
well,
the opportunity, Gopchik took
it's-
off up the street.
if you want, you can
Klein
just,
rushed to Heydrich
I'll
and
drive.
found him bleeding
My car's right
profusely. Shrapnel
And
from the
we're
bomb
like,
had torn through Heydrich's side. Pale and losing consciousness, Heydrich
one day
ordered
he's like,
Klein to chase down the assassins.
one day we're
Klein
just like,
ran
we're just
after
like, how'd you
Gopchik,
get
who
your car there?
ducked into a butcher shop.
And
But
he's
Gopchik
like, oh, the
quickly
ninja route.
realized that
I'm
there
like,
was
what?
no
He's like, the
back
ninja
door.
route was open.
He was
I'm like,
trapped.
what?
He
He's like, the
turned
ninja
back
route
to
was
the
open.
entrance just as Klein burst into the shop.
I'm like, I don't
Gopchik
follow.
opened
I don't know what you
fire,
mean.
and this time
He's like,
he didn't miss. One of his bullets struck Klein in the
there's
leg,
this one part
giving
of
Gopchik
campus
time to escape the shop and disappear.
to which you can go, or through which you can go,
After the
without
assassins
going through a
escaped,
guard gate.
Heydrich was
And
rushed
it was
to a
like, you know,
nearby hospital,
there's no
but he refused to
He's
be
like,
operated on
I
by
just
Czech
did it.
doctors.
We're like,
He
show us.
wanted
I mean, I
Nazi
think we
medical
paused the
care.
game and we're like, show
But
us.
Heydrich's
I'm
condition
sure
was
we
growing
we
more
finished the
dire
game,
by the
and then we're like,
minute.
show us.
He had a
So
ruptured
we
diaphragm,
get
a
in his car,
broken
and he
rib,
shows
and
us, and there is
shrapnel
a
lodged in his
ninja route.
spleen.
After
Really?
some
Oh, what is this
coercion,
bullshit? Still
Heydrich
charging?
reluctantly agreed to an operation, but only if a Nazi doctor stood
Really?
in
Yeah,
the
they closed
operating
it off.
room overseeing
Because a
the
lot of people,
entire
it was like once
While Heydrich
one
went
athlete
under
found
the
out about
knife,
it, then he
word
told
of the
another.
attack
and
reached
all
Hitler
these
and Himmler,
But
both of whom were furious. Himmler was allegedly so shaken that he burst into tears. They both demanded swift and severe retribution.
Hitler immediately ordered the execution of 10,000 Czech hostages. He said, the Czechs have to learn the lesson that if they shoot down one man, he will immediately be replaced with somebody even worse.
Thankfully, one of Heydrich's deputies managed to calm Hitler down. He convinced the Nazi leader that killing so many Czech workers could sabotage Germany's economic
here, and you
interests
can
in the
see it.
protectorate. It would also inspire more
So-
Czech resistance activity.
Still, Hitler was bloodthirsty, and the Nazi
What is it?
officials offered a
There's
bounty of 1
the
million
vocation
rice
office
marks.
there, the
As
parish
well,
center.
anyone caught
and-
helping the killers would be executed.
Okay, so I knew Holy Cross
along
House
with
really
their
well,
families.
and I knew that that didn't have any routes there. But
As the hunt for the assassins
were
commenced, Heydrich's condition
two
seemed
other
to
routes you can
improve.
see.
All signs pointed to a
But,
full recovery.
And
However, less than a
did you
week
ever use
after
them?
the attack, Heydrich's stomach suddenly became
I'm gonna
infected.
be honest with you, I knew they were
At the
there,
time,
but since they
Germany
weren't
did not
always
have
open,
access to penicillin,
I wanted a route
so
I
the
could always use.
infection grew
And it was like there was
severe.
no such route
For
except
4
for a white
days,
card.
the
I
man
had that, so fine.
responsible for murdering
But
hundreds of
there was a
thousands of
sometimes
innocents
route
lay
that was
in
only like during the
excruciating
day.
pain.
Oh, that's what it was, and it was
For
only during the
years,
day.
he'd
They
been
closed it every
regarded as
night.
an ideal
So,
physical model
then
of
what?
supposed Aryan supremacy. Now, he withered in agony. Finally, on the morning of June 4th, 1942, 38-year-old
Well,
Reinhard Heydrich died.
The Nazi response to Heydrich's
What did
death
you do?
was a deluge of propaganda and bloodshed. On
So
June
yours shows
9th,
us his
they
route,
held an elaborate
and it was
funeral in
whoa.
which Heydrich
It was just a really
portrayed
cool
as
thing.
the
It would be like,
quintessential SS
I thought I knew
officer.
everything about this place.
Hitler
Right before I left.
proclaimed that Heydrich was someone who should be emulated,
There was
though he
really,
acknowledged that no one else would
big
be able to achieve such glory.
hole in my
Meanwhile,
logic that I
Hitler
found.
described him as a martyr,
Really?
and after his eulogy, he bestowed upon
Salutes and eulogies were nothing compared to the level of violence the Nazis unleashed on the Czechs in Heydrich's name. After all, the assassins were still on the loose.
On the day of Heydrich's funeral, the Nazis received word that his killers were hiding in the small village of Lidjice. Hitler ordered the village destroyed as both retaliation and motivation for the townspeople to turn over the assassin.
Later, a subsequent investigation revealed that the rumors were false. There was actually no link between the village of Lidjice and the resistance, nor were the assassins ever there. But the truth was of little consequence to the Nazis.
The Gestapo reportedly executed 199 men between the ages of 14 and 84 in Lidjice. Meanwhile, the women were deported to concentration camps. 95 children were arrested and racially screened. Fewer than 10 were declared worthy of being sent to German families. The rest were murdered in a mobile gas chamber.
The carnage and destruction of Lidjice didn't have the intended effect for the SS. No one came forward to offer clues or evidence revealing the assassin's location. The frustrated Nazis declared that if no one handed over the culprits by June 18th, there would be more executions across the territory.
In the wake of this announcement, the Nazis received nearly 2,000 tips. One of these, which came from a man named Karel Čerda.
Čerda was a resistance fighter who feared for his family's safety. While he didn't know the assassin's present location, he provided the names of people who had sheltered them in the past, including a man named Alois Moravec.
On June 27th, the Gestapo arrested Moravec and his teenage son. For nearly 24 hours, the Gestapo ruthlessly interrogated them both. Finally, the teenager cracked. He told his captors that the assassins were hiding at the Orthodox Church of St. Cyril and Methodius in Prague.
After their attack on Heydrich, Josef Gabčík and Jan Kubiš had bounced from safe house to safe house. The intense Gestapo crackdown made it impossible for them and their lookout, Josef Valčík, to leave the city.
Finally, at the beginning of June, a priest agreed to hide them in the catacombs of the Orthodox Church. There, Gabčík, Kubiš, Valčík, and 4 others plotted their next move.
After learning of the Nazis' violent crackdown, they considered publicly taking their own lives in the hope of stopping the bloodshed. But before any decisions could be made, Moravec's tip led the Nazis to them.
On the morning of June 18, 1942, the assassins looked outside the church and saw it surrounded by hundreds of SS troopers. Then, the Nazis moved in and opened fire.
For nearly 2 hours, Kubiš and 2 others managed to resist the SS from the choir stalls on the church's 2nd floor. Eventually, the Nazi officers captured Kubiš, who was mortally wounded and died a short time later.
Meanwhile,
Dude, this girl has
Gabčík and the
8
rest
pairs
of the
of
men hid quietly in the
has 8
catacombs,
pairs of jeans.
leading the Gestapo to believe that they had killed all of the assassins.
But after aggressive questioning, the priest admitted that there were still other men beneath the church. For the next 4 hours, the Nazis attacked the catacombs, trying to smoke them out.
Eventually, the SS blasted a hole into the catacomb ceiling. As Nazi troops poured inside to capture them, Gabčík and his comrades shot themselves. They believed it was better to take their own lives than be subjected to inevitable torture.
In a sad twist of irony, Heydrich's assassination actually did more to end Czech resistance than the measures he undertook when he was alive. The Nazi crackdowns decimated the resistance. By the end of the summer, over 3,000 rebel fighters were arrested and over 1,300 were executed.
With sabotage no longer a constant threat, Czech munitions factories continued manufacturing weapons for the Germans without bombs. Worse still, Heydrich's death did nothing to prevent the Holocaust, as the genocide was already underway.
Instead, the assassination motivated the Nazis to become even more ruthless in their systematic murder of Jews and other subjugated groups in Europe.
After Heydrich's funeral, Heinrich Himmler announced, "It is our sacred obligation to avenge his death."
All Russians understand this. I'd be like, Russians, Russia, you understand this? They're like, oh yeah, no problem. That's fucking okay.
The enemies of our people.
Beginning